Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns 2. We have the Z2R Randomizer race between Sigil and cUstOm today. On commentary, I have Melchior, and tracking will be GDW. So, I'll set it off to him. Have a good one, you guys.
Hello, Zelda Speedruns, and welcome to another edition of the Zelda 2 Randomizer. This is the Standard Tournament for 2026. We have Sigil 711, reigning Z2R Upstarts champion versus cUstOm. This is a Swiss round, 5th week of Swiss. Both of these players are currently 2-2. So, how to get a winning record again. Both of these guys come from a plethora of other randomizers. Very frequent in Zelda 1 randomizer, and each of them decided to dip their toes into Z2R this year at roughly the same time. I believe cUstOm also played in the Upstarts tournament. I was trying to find confirmation of that, but it's all good. Let's talk about our flag set for tonight. So in the standard round for Z2R this year, we have new adjustments to the randomizer program that allow us to essentially put items into put spell items, put requisite items into put spell items, put requisite items to get more spells, and even put the spells themselves into the shuffle. So now you could find your thunder spell anywhere. You could find your medicine of life in like the Fountain of Nibiru. Every single check now is a viable item check. It's not just, oh, pick up the water at the Fountain in Nibiru and take it 10 feet over to the lady to get a spell. Nope. You have to check everywhere. Also, there are new... Let me look it up real quick. Yep. There are new rooms added to the dungeons. So the dungeons have some different layouts. And all dungeons are now in a Euclidean layout. It's not like you have to memorize 2 lefts versus 2 rights. Which ones do I take first? Everything finally maps itself logically as it should if you were in an actual maze. And with that, we are underway. In a... oh boy, it looks to be a mountainous biome, maybe a river biome. Sigil is first to find a little bit of starting XP. Gonna go ahead and get life 2. And cUstOm is first to find Medicine Cave. I don't necessarily like doing Medicave early, because if you get the wrong monsters in here, some of these large monsters, like Red Agria could be pretty bad. It might be hard to get past it without taking a death like that. I usually like getting life 2 or 3 before challenging a Medicine Cave, but it's really all about comfort levels. And Sigil's looking a little more than cUstOm. Gets the Agria up against the wall. We're only 5 XP. That's not fair, game. Come on now. Alright, cUstOm gets through the second time. Sigil 1 point away from that attack 2. He gets a life. That's not what he wanted. Oh, attack 2 is currently 180. Fairy spell on the back, baby seed. I like cUstOm's choice to immediately save out. He wasn't going to get any more XP for a level, so he'll save a little extra time on screen transitions. But Fairy is 101. Now, we're still on Magic 1. But normally we want to be power leveling attack. I think with this early Fairy spell, we're going to see both of them pivot into power leveling magic. So, to open up logic where you can start digging palaces and completing the game, you need one of either the Fairy spell or the Any key. The Fairy spell lets you skip past locked doors, provided you have 0 keys. It's kind of a little bit of a cheat. Unintended behavior when the game was originally programmed. So that fairy spell means we could dig palaces immediately, but we'll need magic levels to do it. And yes, confirming this is a mountainous biome, you'll see large open areas like this cut off by corridors. And you see there's a corridor going north for custom right now. And so mountainous biomes can be really tricky in that they will typically require more combat. Sigil gets his attack too. And custom, yeah, immediately prioritizing the magic 2. I think I saw that fairy drop to 57. That'd be nuts if it already cut in half. And Saria Town, the wrong side of it did cut to 57. Wow! Fairy castable on magic 2. That's a little nuts, and this will get custom a quick check at the table. Table of Saria is a check in our new flag set. See custom going in and checking the stationary NPCs. I don't know the chances, but there's a low chance that any stationary NPC in a town could give you a hint. Thunder! That is another one of our required spells. Naburu has the mirror. Mirror will get you the shield spell. Shield spell is here in the Saria. Saria has the thunder spell. That is the "you are here" hint. Mido has a heart container. You'll need the medicine of life to pick that up. Sigil not interested. And only being on Magic 1 and can't cast Fairy, he can't go get Downstab yet, which would also be available from the Swordsman in Mido. So, a bit of an early lead for custom. We've got a lot of seed to go. And Sigil is ahead in the leveling department. Not anymore. I like that custom's gonna forego his level and try and get attack 2, very much. Yeah, this mountainous biome, usually very linear, trying to find all your caves for item checks. Sigil, or custom, that's probably Heart Container Cave. Never mind, it is Parappa Pass-Through, because there's only one enemy there in the middle. If there were 2 enemies, then it would be Heart Container Cave. But that pass-through is faster than going through the forced encounters in the corridor. Sigil successfully navigates the Red Daira. Both of these runners showing decent combat, which is always good to see. Sigil sees Fairy is castable on 2, might make his way back to Mido now to get that downstab. 200 in the P bag for custom. He's going to go ahead and get life 3. Definitely approve. And I will go ahead and get Magic 3, see if Fairy drops one more time. Because you can go ahead and start Palace if Fairy gets cheap enough. And Palace 1 is here on the west. Oh, so tempting. Uh-oh, there's a lake there, and it blocks stuff. We might need some boots to... Okay, we can go around, thank goodness. Yep, Sigil is going to go ahead and step back into Mido and go pick up Downstab. Bagu has an item in this flag set. Wait! So Rebanek has the magic key, a Sigil, hint just gained by Sigil. That's in Palace 3, but more importantly, Custom just found Reflect. That is all the necessary go mode things, except for items required by progression. Also, there's a 99.99% chance that we need a glove to break palace blocks. But those are the key 3 required spells, Fairy, Reflect, and Thunder. This is definitely the definition of a baby seed thus far. The trophy to get the spell out of Rudo is in Death Mountain. I didn't even see what the spell item is for Rudo. In a maze lies the jump spell. That's important to mark. Jump can be very, very handy for, traversal in general, but especially for Great Palace at the end. There are some rooms that are just infinitely easier with jump. And if those rooms have blocks in them, then the fairy spell cannot be used. You cannot attack blocks while you're in fairy form. Sigil's gonna be happy to ferry over this river. Whee! Alright, Custom Shield finds what I typically call Pillars Cave, just for these pillars of rock. Has a P-Bag in the vanilla game. Could have anything on our current flag set. Nice control of the Gorilla there by Custom, essentially just backing him up with crouch stabs. And this is the thing with Zelda 2, just never stop leveling. Every enemy, kill everything. Magic Container's good. We'll be able to cast more spells. So we've seen a Palace 1 on the Western continent so far. There will be 2 more palaces here on the West. We don't know which ones. Could be any of them. Now we have to find our way to them. That's the thing about these mountainous biomes. They can, like I said, very linear, very winding back and forth. That rock is scary. Alright, this is a Palace 3 or 6 on Custom's side. You see the curly pillars up top. Tells you it's a 3 or a 6. And those 2 clouds right there at the beginning tells you there will be 2 items in this palace. But that rock, it leads off to nowhere on the left side. Which means that is certainly one of our connectors to one of the other continents. So we might need a hammer to progress to the other continents. Custom's going to go ahead and use this 50-50 statue here at the beginning of this 3-6 for a bit of a grind. He can go ahead and get his attack 3 if the game gives him one more red iron knuckle. There we go. They're not iron knuckles, I forget what they're called. Attack 3. And Sigil's diving on into this one. I like it. And if you haven't seen Zelda 2 Randomizer in a while, you will start seeing some new rooms. So, there's the rooms from the vanilla game, obviously. But Z2R also has a very good tradition, 500 point P-Bag on Custom side. A very good tradition of allowing the community to make their own custom rooms. And there'll usually be another call out for custom rooms. Not going anything by the custom player on the right side of our screen, but there'll usually a new call out for more custom rooms every couple of years. And that P-Bag's not going to be obtainable. He does not have... It might be barely obtainable, but without downstab, that's a tricky one to get. I didn't see how many items are in this one that Sigil's currently in. Can't be many. I think level 1 can have anywhere from 0 to 2 items. Medicine of Life is here on the Western continent. That red bottle that Custom just picked up goes back to the white town that we saw. That is Mito or Mito. And he can use that to get an extra heart container if he so desires. Did not see what that signpost said. Ah, Sigil has to use Fairy to get through the door. Let's see if he wants to. It'll take up his whole magic bar. P-Bag Town here. Given where Custom's points currently are, if that's a 500 point P-Bag, that might be worth it. Sigil has found the boss of Palace 1, Horsehead. Yeah, Custom's gonna go for the P-Bag. Watch his XP totals. Watch Custom's XP totals. We'll see how much they jump. Only a 50. Boo. A little bit of time waste there, but you wouldn't know. Horsehead down for Sigil. Can't get much of a slingshot on his leveling progression, but he will get the first palace in the books. 1 of 6. So Sigil, first on the board. Custom with a little more exploration right now. Yeah, we need all 6 gems in standard tournament settings. Alright, now Sigil has found Heart Container Cave. This enemy at the beginning, it has the same layout as the Parappa pass-through, but 2 enemies here in the middle tells you this is Heart Container Cave. Or 3 enemies, 4 enemies. A number of enemies that is larger than 1 is all my brain usually processes. So the item present in the back of Heart Container Cave is the cross. Just a convenience item. It will let us see invisible enemies over on the eastern continent. Not necessary, but okay to have. cUstOm is in the exact same cave right now, and he is so close to getting his attack 4? That would be massive. Wow, attack 4, 12 minutes in. And as expected, with just enough fairy for one cast, with the ability to get more levels, 500 point P-bags in the pool, players are going to start aggressively attacking palaces. Sigil is like, you gave me fairy in the first minute. I'm going for palaces. I don't need to do anything else. Attack 4 now for Sigil. This seed is going to go quickly. It's like Sigil's not interested in a 3-6 yet. At least not till he gets more overworld items. And now cUstOm's going to dip his toes into level 1. Fairy still 57 MP for cUstOm at Magic 2. Might be a little less for Sigil on Magic 3. It's all up to the RNG. Did anyone see how many items are in this one? Sigil didn't dig it. He's got his required stuff. He hasn't seen Reflect yet, though. But 2 out of 3, Sigil's like, I don't need anything out of these dungeons. No items in 1. Oh, that would make sense why Sigil said he was done with it. Bag 10. So yeah, each of our runners just kind of trading places. Go west to find the cross. That was the hint we missed previously. Let's see, we've seen pillars, HC, MC. I'm listing off the caves that are in the west. Medicine. We haven't seen Trophy Cave yet. There's one more cave on the west we haven't seen. It could be under that rock that we have seen. Or it could just be in a quadrant we've missed. Oh, yeah, cUstOm is setting up for a big slingshot. He skipped his levels. Now it'll take 1990 to get his next level, and it's right here. He is going to be rewarded. cUstOm is going to kill this horse head and immediately get attack 5. Because your XP fills up to the top of its value when you put a gem in. So instead of cashing in 300 or 500 experience, cUstOm is going to cash in 1500 experience right now for an attack 5. This is great XP routing for cUstOm. So there's 2 items in this 3-6. Now Sigil's going in. And cUstOm seems happy with that. This is an item room for Sigil. That statue up at the top tells us this is an item room. 2 items in whatever dungeon Sigil's in. Making short work of the Doom Knocker. It's a hammer! What the heck? Again, not necessarily required, but we've already seen a hammer lock that goes somewhere. Somewhere that is possibly a continent connector. So another required item off the table. Good down stabs past the blue knuckle. Doom knock. Oh no! Single hit Doom knockers are in the drops. Look at that. You could farm those. But given our guys already have all the required stuff, I don't think anyone is going to farm them. This seed has rolled baby in every which way possible. Welcome to Zelda 2. It is not always like this. Oh, looks like we're in a Palace 3 for Sigil. So he's going to line up just past the number on his HUD of his life meter. And gets Rebanak right here in the corner where you just hold down and a little dancing left to right. Come back over here, Rebo. Goodbye, Rebo. Sigil is also going to slingshot. He skips that 690. His next highest is 1990. He's also getting attack 5 slingshot just like custom. Wow. We are seeing some masterful play tonight. And Sigil's going to choose and go back into the dungeon, being a small palace 3. He hasn't seen the reflect yet that custom saw. Which I can't remember where it was. Was it Saria? So, that down, Sigil can't check it, but it could be towards an item room. Sigil wants to find one more item in this 3. Okay, so this is looping back around to the down elevator that Sigil couldn't reach. Alright, this is the other side of that down elevator. That leads to a dead end. He knows it. I think he has to go up and left to find his other item. Custom's gonna go turn in the mirror? I thought he already saw Saria. Fairy is only 34 at Magic 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's all the exploration you need. Get one more magic container to get up to 5. And this is the other item for Sigil. He'll be just short of casting Fairy. He'll have to take an intentional death. Good thing he left these things right here at the beginning of the room. But yeah, just get to 5 magic containers. That's 2 casts of Fairy. That'll get you, as long as you're judicious with your magic usage, you can get through a lot of palaces. And Sigil knows this other item 3 because he had the hint prior. That's the magic key. Alright, Sigil is going to stop checking everything on the overworld. He only wants palaces. And that rock leads to Death Mountain, and there is a visible bridge. There's a visible bridge to the right. Sigil saw it. It was a bridge or it was a raft. He's going to probably go to the other rock that he saw in the southeast. Sigil is looking for the connector to the east continent now. Meanwhile, Custom has also found the 3-6. Can't remember where Reflect was. But Sigil needs to find it before he leaves this western continent, or he may not be back for a while. And that would be bad if he chose to dig the whole east, where it's really not going to be required. Unless you just find the glove. Glove is truly the only item that Sigil wants to find now. Watch out for them doom knockers. They hurt. Custom one hit. He wants to get to his hammer. Got it. And that up A might save him a little bit of time if he goes left here to find his magic key. Reflect spell was at Bagu's hut. Now Sigil knows. Now he's like, oh holy heck, I only want to find continents. Custom is going to kill these doom knockers to get the 380, and then he's going to skip the level. Oh, I thought he would go to attack 6. He wants a little more life. I think I skipped it. You can easily get to attack 6. He doesn't know where Rebo is. Rebo is kind of close. Oh, Custom has found, Sigil has found Ruto. I don't think we've seen, oh yeah we did. Custom found Ruto. Death Mountain holds the trophy, that's right. Yeah, Custom wants more XP. He knows he can kill these doom knockers to get another slingshot. He knows it. They're only single hit. This is so worth it. He's probably feeling a little bad about taking that life 4 level. This will take, like, probably like a minute. He's just waiting for it to drop more of the single hit Doom Knockers. Oh, bam, there's some. That's why they weren't spawning, they were on the other end. And now cUstOm can slingshot to attack 6 at 23 minutes. Or he can use that 2300 XP and spend it in other levels. But really, the game's going to let you just keep slingshotting. Because if it's slinging 2400 XP this time, it's going to sling 4500 next time. Oh, he's in trouble! We don't have any backup spells, no shield, no life, but he's got a lot of attack. Easy. Yeah, Sigil is trying to find his way to the east side of that Death Mountain. He just wants to get to that bridge where he can get over to the east continent. Only wants a glove. Knows Death Mountain as a trophy, so one item in Death Mountain is dead to him. Take that attack 6. Do it. I would lose so hard against these guys. Their XP routing has been immaculate. Yeah, Sigil is comfortable on attack 5 now. Now he's going to start upping his other stats. His magic, his life. I like the slingshot from cUstOm because the next time he can slingshot, he's going to get over 4,000 experience. And now we're essentially even Stevens. Here we go. They're both in Death Mountain at the same time, looking for the direction to connect to the eastern continent. Now, there's the bridge as seen previously. Sigil's gonna go pick up the red container here? Where's he going? Does he really care about the rock that hard? He just saw the bridge. Interesting. I don't know if I'd be going this direction for Sigil. I definitely want to see the bridge. Oh, it's just right here? Okay, never mind. That's fine. It's the trophy. We knew what that was. That gets something out of Rudo that I don't think is important. But now he can chalk that off his list. His last check in Death Mountain would be Hammer Cave, and we're definitely not going to be looking for that. Oh, Rudo has Spell. And you don't go back now. Maze Island. Maze Island had something. Maze Island had the jump spell. Yeah, you could dig around here real quick. Oh, cUstOm has found Hammer Cave. I mean, if you find it, you dig it. You don't just leave it for nothing. Yeah, Sigil is looking for that jump spell before he leaves this Maze Island. Oh, it's a raft exit! Oh, we might need the raft to get to the east. Which, that raft could be here in Death Mountain. It could be here in Hammer Cave. This is a funky Maze Island. There's a lot of pathways. Oh. One of the 2 items on Maze Island. There's the jump spell. Alright, we're about to see what's in Hammer Cave. Check cUstOm side. Just the letter. Absolutely pointless. Death Mountain is a doo-doo. And cUstOm knows he has to go back through that DM to find his connector. Oh, he's going to head to the other rock. He's going to head to the other rock on the eastern side. The other rock should be Trophy Cave. It is Trophy Cave. Now, if this is a glove or a raft, this could be pretty big for cUstOm. It is a flute. It might be required on the eastern continent. There are no items in what I believe is a 6 that Sigil has found here on Maze Island. Ramp goes to the west next to Rudo. I apparently had missed that. Okay. Well, that's bad. That means we gotta scour Death Mountain for a cave to go to the east. And you see them getting... This is why the game gave them fairy spells so early. They are required to initially use that fairy to go over Saria here to jump to the other side of the mountainous biome so that they can continue on the western continent. That's why the game gave them fairy so early. It was a hard requirement. What was not a hard requirement was making it so cheap. I've definitely had seeds where you had to grind up to Magic 4 before you could cast Fairy. Or 5. So yeah, because cUstOm did Hammer Cave and then up-aid out, he has to re-walk the entire western continent. See, his next slingshot, as mentioned previously, I told you it'd get him at least 4,000 XP. How about nearly 6,000 XP? So cUstOm is definitely hungry for a palace so that he can slingshot that 6k experience. While Sigil is just hungry to find Barba. Here we go, cUstOm back to Death Mountain. Yeah, go left. One of those ups looks a little suspicious. So, in Death Mountain, we've already seen Hammer Cave. We're going to be looking for another cave that its entrance does not align to any exit on the opposite side. And so, you're essentially looking for pairs. Is there a down? Then that down must have a matching up. So that probably matches to that one up there in the top left. So if you find any up, down, left, or right that does not have a match in the opposite direction, that's your clue that that's probably our connector cave to the east. And they're tricky to find. Typically you check the corners and cUstOm has found it. It leads to a dry canyon east, which is completely open. No barriers in his way. He can get into the Medicine Woman's basement at 5 magic containers, easy peasy. Extra heart container. So where Sigil got a little bit of lead because he couldn't find where to go in that 6, cUstOm now back in the lead. And cUstOm knows that last item on Death Mountain is the trophy and he don't want it. Man, we're full up on heart. Double love and new cUstOm. There's one item we can't get, and that is at the spell tower. We do not have the spell. We would have to dig out that trophy out of Death Mountain for cUstOm to go get the spell, and he's not keen on that yet. There's a lot more east to explore, a lot more palaces to explore. The only thing cUstOm needs to know is where is that glove. Sigil now stuck doing the same thing cUstOm had to do. You have to go across Saria and go around the long way to traverse this western continent. It's cut off into 2 halves. That's a Palace 4. You have Reflect, but it's 92. You need more magic levels. That might be a risen or a sunken cave right there for cUstOm. Nope, that's pass through. Again, he's looking for caves that don't have a pair to them. That up could be one of them. Nope. That left. Nope. Nope. cUstOm. Old cUstOm. Destroyed cUstOm. What you want to call it? Life. Little extra safety here. With full heart containers, a life spell could be very, very, very handy. May not need shield at this point. Probably just find it anyway, but may not need it just in terms of completion's sake for the seed. 500 point P-Bag, cUstOm don't care. He doesn't even really need to be killing anything. It's kind of hard to turn your farming brain off, but when your next thing of XP is 4,000 away, you just got a slingshot with gems. Darunia, magic container. We don't have the child, so we can't get the magic container. cUstOm just wants the hints. He wants to find a hint for the glove. And he'll probably just go ahead and pick up Upstab. Oh, I love what he's about to do. Watch this. I love doing this trick. He empties his magic. He's going to swap to Fairy. He's gonna get a full refill from the medicine lady as he enters here into the chimney. Sigil has used his up and A because he had to, and he will choose to turn in the trophy to get the spell. So when Sigil gets the new cUstOm, he'll be able to get all 3 checks of his complete. What started out as a baby seed is starting to show its teeth a little bit. In a maze lies the child. Okay, so kid is the second item on Maze Island, not required. It's starting to show a little bit of teeth, this seed, just because our runners are looking for the glove. I gotta be honest, with so much magic levels, oh, there's 3-eyed rock. cUstOm does have the flute. And it is a nothing tile. With such high attack levels, decent enough magic, able to cast Fairy multiple times, I would just do palaces. And I would hope my glove is in that palace and I'd just be done. 1 item in this Palace 2 that cUstOm has just found on the east. Because if I find glove, it's over. I don't have to dig anything on the east. And as long as you can keep casting Fairy, you're golden. I think it's a dead end room. No, it's not. Alright. Yeah, I would also take the elevator first. It could lead to one of the elevator item rooms. Straight down. Switch back left. Don't care about that yet. You want to go right. You have the upright and you have this straight right crossover. Alright, Sigil is about to find his way to the east as well. There we go. So now cUsTOM's going to go up and right. Alright, and Sigil's going to get the double heart containers and new cUstOm. More importantly, Sigil's going to get the spell tower, so pay attention what we're going to find in the back. Oh, baby, here we go. cUstOm was going to slingshot 6,000 experience. This one, I don't believe is going to go into attack. This is going to be all magic and life levels. Attack 6, you're comfortable. You don't have to go above that. But he's still digging for a glove. This seems fine. Yep, he's pumping it all into his life and his magic. He's gonna keep magic. There we go. I was about to say he's gonna keep it low for more slingshot. But no, you need that magic up. You can cast Fairy more. Spell tower for Sigil. Glove Glove or raft is huge. Boots could be huge. We have a water tile on the east. This gives Sigil one. These boots give Sigil one check. It won't give him any progression because we're in a dry canyon. These boots shouldn't block any actual getting to palaces on this. Oh, we have an item on custom side. Magic container. He did not need that. There. Did you get it? There's one more item in this palace too. Consider the drop. Consider just going left again. Doesn't want either. Interesting. So, what are we going to find on the water tile for Sigil whenever he finds it in this dry canyon east? Oh, Sigil has found Sunken Cave. Custom missed this. Oh, there was only one item in there. Custom did not want to up an A. He wanted to keep his XP totals. Interesting. Sunken Cave, Sigil side. Oh, Custom's close to that Sunken. It's over there on the left. Another magic container. There's the desert spot. There's the water spot. Glove. Glove is all we need. Just a glove. That is the raft. That is not needed. Flute to get into the Buru. Glove! And that's go mode. This seed is so easy. The water is right here. Custom just found it. The water is here in Risen. So Sigil, he'll just clean up his east. He'll find this water. But Custom will be the first to the glove. And Custom has the lead now, y'all. Having already done P2. Sigil lost a little time when he got lost in P6. And that's it. We're go mode. This is something useless for Sigil. We know where everything is now. So Custom's advantage is currently like the 3 to 5 minutes of Palace 2. The one thing Sigil has that Custom doesn't is that magic key, but at Magic 5 with 6 containers, Custom does not care. He will ferry past every single door. He has plenty of resources to do all the palaces. He has all the freaking heart containers. Like, it is... Take that... He's taking a drink. He's taking a swig. Y'all can't see that. I can see it. Custom is relaxed. And he is ready to start digging some palaces. I would go to Valley of Death. Wait, we haven't seen Great Palace. I would not go to Valley of Death. I would do every continent here on the every palace on the east first. Because I think Valley of Death might just be GP, and that's where you want to end. Custom's even already gotten upstab from Darunia. Yeah, he's just ready to full commit all palaces. You see he's even got his XP already up to that 1900 value again. He could slingshot again. Which would be nuts, because he's already 656. He doesn't need it. That's a dead end. Custom knows it. Yeah, Fairy is 34 magic. So he's got It won't quite be 3 casts of fairy, but it's good enough. Because he'll be able to kill things and find jars and things like that. Just keep dropping. Just keep dropping. Left. If you go right there, you get stuck. That is a dead-end room. I've caught myself there multiple times and still continue to catch myself there in heated race situations. He wants that key. An extra key is not bad for custom. He'll take that. One less fairy cast is good for him. Alright, now Sigil is finding the level 2 that custom is completed. Don't try the jump. He wishes he had fairied first, and then he could, like, preserve some of that, but there we go. 666, stats for custom. Only thing he's looking for is Karok. You don't even need that, dude. He shook his head after he picked it up. He's like, I know I don't need that. It's 3,000 to my next level. This is still going to the left. It has to hit an elevator at some point. This will be one. Going up. Do we have a Karok? Going up again. Oh, fairy up! Saved himself. That's why it's always good to have. That's why it's always good to have your spell selection on fairy, just in case you can save yourself when you get knocked like that. He'll have to take a death because he can't cast reflect. Oh, he can! He's got his magic high enough where it's cheap. Oh man, that's gonna save him a little bit of time. You shouldn't die to Karok here. Don't make me a liar, Custom. I know you were getting aggressive by going up close. He's got a bajillion lives. He doesn't care. Yeah, he's getting aggressive with so much life. He just wants this Karok dead quickly. It's player preference how close you want to stand. That was a shotgun. 1, 2, 3. Whatever level this is, you just take it. You're done slingshotting. Like, you can beat the game on 666, no problem. I think, by process of elimination, I think GP has to be in Valley of Death. I don't even think you check it. Have you seen all the palaces on the west? Because east is 2, 4... and then, whatever's on VOD, and I think it has to be GP, because we saw 3-6 on West. We saw 3-6 on... Oh, we have not seen Palace 5? Was Palace 5 on the West? Custom, what are you doing? He's looking for the Valley of Death. That's why he's sticking to the edge of the mountain. He's seeing, is the valley north or south? He knows it's north or south. He just doesn't know which. There it is. Valley of Death is rock block. That is funny. A little fairy skip here. We don't even have many encounters. This is a very quick VOD. Jeez almighty. Everything of this seed rolled super easy. P5 is here in VOD. Oh, great play by Custom. That means Great Palace must be in the west. We're just gonna see Custom continuing to go right. and or taking any elevator he can see, and that's going to be the only thing he's thinking about. All he wants is find Goomba as fast as possible. And I think the only, like, differential between our runners, Sigil went to go pick up that trophy. Sigil dug extra in 3 to get the magic key. And Sigil was in Maze Island longer. cUstOm, I don't think, has found the bridge over to Maze Island yet. But he knows it's in Death Mountain. I believe. There's still another connector off of this. No, we saw the raft on, no, the raft is on west. That's a dead end. So cUstOm may not know that the bridge is in Death Mountain, because he has to get over to the maze to eventually get to Palace 6. Ooh, that was a little tight. Sigil is still interested in a little bit of grinding because he would like to get his magic higher. cUstOm is just saying, where's Goomba? Take me to Goomba. That's a dead end. We need to go left then. cUstOm's gonna go up and he's gonna go left. Right is nothing but a loop. No, cUstOm, this loops. That's a dead end. You gotta go left, my man. And he knows it now. Oh gosh, this is also a dead end. I didn't know that for this room. Can we go left when we go up that elevator one more time? Yep. Sigil! Oh no! Oh, that was an intentional death just so we can get more reflect. That's what, yeah, that's what. That took all of Sigil's magic to cast that reflect at like 80 or 90 or whatever it is. cUstOm does find Goomba. So cUstOm will formally be a full palace ahead, provided he can kill this Goomba. He does not have shield. This Goomba will hit like a truck. Now on attack 6, Goomba is still not taking as much damage as I would think he should. cUstOm's getting very aggressive. He does not have any more magic for any more life casts. Go in and get the single. Great jumping or falling crouch stab to finish it off. I got a little nervous there for a second. So cUstOm, a full palace ahead of Sigil. He's counting. He's like, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just gotta do 6. We're 6. I've done everything. 6 Maze Island. Up 8 from here. That's probably what he's thinking. Yep. Now, because it should just be left to get to Death Mountain, right? They don't have to do any of the walk around stuff. Now, here's the problem about up 8. We have to retraverse this entire western continent again. So I don't know what would be faster. Going back through like the one transition screen of VOD to like... Yeah, he knows he has to rewalk this entire mountainous west. Walking back the one transition screen to VOD to a dry canyon, which is very open, to getting back into Death Mountain, to finding that bridge, versus just looking at it now. It's hard to say. That up A feels bad, but it also feels unnecessary. Sigil, I think it will probably also choose to go up and right as far as possible before taking any lefts. Yeah. So he'll see the same amount of 5 that custom did. Custom will go ahead and pick up his shield spell while he's in Saria. Makes sense. It was on the way, takes an extra 30 seconds, and you don't know what GP is going to throw at you. It don't matter how high your life level is when you start running into freaking fiery chickens in GP. They hit like monsters. I can't believe he avoided all those encounters. I know that was RNG, but that was also skill. He'll get hit here. Coming out of the swamp, but he gets a nothing burger. Raft over to Maze Island. He doesn't have to look through DM. Oh, man. Huge for custom. What we're looking for is Barba. You just go down and right as far as you can until the game tells you I wanted you to go left. Meanwhile, on the Sigil side, he has also now found left is the only way through this Palace 5. Question is, which left? Dead end room there. Left switchback, you don't want any of those yet. Custom will probably go right here. This is also... I can't remember if it's an elevator or a pass-through. It's an elevator. That was a pass-through. This room looks weird. I don't recognize this room on custom side. I think that's a new room. Well, thanks. You can tell a community member made that one, just sticking an elevator to nowhere. Sigil is seeing new rooms in this 5 we didn't see on custom side. But I think up does get us close to Guma. Never mind, it was down. Sigil has found Guma. Custom even finds +1 key, and that is big for him. All Sigil's getting bodied by Guma a little bit. Barba found for custom. Sigil takes a death. They'll have to be just a little bit more cautious. Both of them are trying to be very aggressive with their combat. Alright, so when Barba pops up out of the lava, you have 3 seconds before he will start shooting that fire. Count it. 1, 2, 3. So you try to get like double stabs, maybe 1 jumping stab. Golly, and don't fall in. Custom, slow it down, man. 1, 2. Slow it down, custom. You have attack 6, it won't take much. 1, jump. Custom is very nervous on this Barba, and his swinging his D-pad a little too quickly. Meanwhile, Sigil finishes up Guma. Alright, next time Barba comes up should be totally dead snake. Oh gosh, that stationary jump scared me for a sec. I'd burn this crystal. If I'm at 677, I don't need any more stats. I burn this well, no, you can't up A though. You're trying to get the GP, your connection is here, don't up A. Walk it out, walk it out. Sigil finishes Guma. Also, Tracker, we should definitely have Carrick marked on Sigil's side. He finished Palace 4. Sigil is on his way to Barba. cUstOm keeping that one Palace advantage. And GP is right here next to the raft. This is big. 6, 7, 8, 5730 GP entry. We are looking for the linear routes that will take us into Thunderbird's room. We will need to use Thunder to make Thunderbird vulnerable. And then hopefully it's just a short little... Oh, a 4-tile jump. Yeah, you gotta ferry that. You can't trust that. Hopefully it's just a short jaunt past Thunderbird to find Dark Link. Another ferry requirement. This is interesting. This GP's layout, first off, completely linear start, is requiring a lot of opening magic from our runners. And they will need enough magic to cast Thunder. Which means you usually have to take an intentional death on Thunderbird. And you don't want to die anywhere else like these lava pits. Oh gosh, cUstOm making this room a little scary. Every life in Great Palace is so precious. Can we get an audio swap to cUstOm, please? Trust the drop. Trust it. Hit the statue, but trust the drop. Yeah, we need the jam. We need the cat jam. Am I the one responsible for audio? Bacon's busy rolling a seed for the next game to make it 10 times more hellish than what we currently see. See, I told you he was busy rolling the next game to make it 10 times more hellish. We have found Thunderbird. Oh, we need Thunderbird bops. Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, audio's... So there's the intentional death. Pop shield first. Is that 15, 30, 45, 60? Yeah, you got enough. He's got enough. Alright, Thunderbird is vulnerable. I probably would have done Reflect first before Shield, but to each their own. We're going to keep Thunderbird in this parabola, going back and forth to where he's always just over the center at the bottom of his arc. cUstOm trying to restore that parabola. Consistent movement on the left and right sides will maintain that parabola and usually lets us hit Thunderbird twice. cUstOm's kind of thrown off the rhythm. He's resetting it right now. And it's reset again. And at 50% health, Thunderbird goes in rage mode and starts tossing out double the amount of fireballs. Normally these would like nearly one-shot you. But with so many heart containers and the shield spell, cUstOm only took 2 hearts from a single fireball, which is kind of nuts. Life 8. Ah! He's panicking a little. He doesn't really have a right to panic. He's got so many resources. Be careful, my dude. You ain't gotta rush it. Get him in the corner. Reset. Don't get hot-footed. cUstOm, please. I swear. Calm down. cUstOm, calm down. Thank you. He knows it. He knows. He's like, woof. Alright, that Thunderbird was found really quickly. There's probably 20 to 30 rooms left at this great palace. Never freaking mind. What? He can't believe it. Look at him. He can't believe it. Y'all can't see him. I can see him. Even if he dies to Dark Link here, he's got an extra life in the tank. He's pumped, he's excited, he's happy. And he won't even need that extra life. Everyone, get your GGs. Oh my gosh, the pop-off from the chair, if y'all could see this camera. Get your GGs in chat for custom, finishing in first place with an official time of 102.23. That is a tournament personal best for custom. Freaking crushed it. Only 5 deaths. Obviously, 1 or 2 of them probably intentional to reset magic. Like, he is pumped. He is smiling so bad. Look at that. He can't. Oh, he's gonna fall out of his dang chair. Sigil just enters GP now at 103.10. So Custom had about what, a 5-ish minute lead coming into this Great Palace. This was an easy seed. And both of these guys are still learning. These are guys from the Upstarts tournament. You stick a veteran on this seed, guaranteed sub hour. Absolutely guaranteed. Way too easy. I promise y'all, anyone who does not watch Z2R on the regular, this is not what this game normally does. This game is normally really, really hard and frustrating. And we are joined by our race time winner, I believe. Let me double check that. Ayo, am I in the right channel? Do we have a custom?
Hello, yes.
My man. How's it feel playing the easiest tournament seed to date?
Dude, that was probably the best seed of Z2R I've played in my whole life, which has only like been a year playing this game, but yeah, I just felt like everything fell into place for me, and yeah, I don't know, I felt like I played a really clean seed, and I found things in the right order, and things just worked out, and I was able to finish out in GP, so yeah.
I mean, not just you. So I'll have to talk it back when Sigil gets here, because y'all were essentially just trading places the whole time. Like, the seed was super linear, super easy. Oh, you want Fairy, Reflect, and Thunder in 10 minutes? Here you go. And, hey, it's not just the seed did good work. You did good work. You had phenomenal XP routing. Slingshotting attack every single time, even attack 5, even attack 6, even slingshotting attack 7, and saying, well, there's literally the rest of my levels on life and magic for the rest of the game.
Yeah, having those 8 heart containers pretty early on made me feel really good about walking around with, like, what was it, life 3 or life 4 for a while to let me get the, like you said, it was the experience for attack 7 that I was able to get everything else. So yeah, having those heart containers really helped and made me feel good about doing that.
Yeah, y'all got Fairy in the first minute, and I'm like, oh, well, baby seed. Like, well, hang on, it says it's 114 or whatever. So they might have to grind all the way up to like Magic 5 to cast it, and then at 2 it dropped to 57. I'm like, fine.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when I saw that, because I try to stay on, like, I'm a Magic 1 guy if I can get away with it, but yeah, when you see the Fairy right away, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to get some Magic. And I was expecting, like you said, like 3 or 4 levels, but when I got Magic 2 and I saw it drop down to 50 and I could cast it, I was like, all right, let's do it.
We go, yep. And I knew both of you would be in the palaces shortly after that. And I was talking about it here on chat. I'm like, if the game is giving me Fairy, Reflect, and Thunder like that, I'm not digging the East. I'll go to the towns because I can get quick signposts, but I'm like, I'm skipping, not Desert Tile because it's quick. I'm skipping Water Tile. I'm skipping Sunken. I'm skipping Blizzard. I'm skipping everything on the East. I'm just Palace and go. And then when Naburu was Glove, I'm like, just stop. This seed wanted all of us to get to bed on time.
Yeah, normally when I play Z2R for this flag set, I'm like a 90-minute finish time. So when I got into GP at 57 minutes, I was like, oh my god, like, let's go. And then I had a sloppy Thunderbird because I was like, wait a second, I might be able to win. And then seeing
panicking
Darklink,
hardcore.
yeah, oh
like,
yeah,
maybe I can get this third stab in before I lose the pattern again. And like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, and then you walk, yeah, and right after Thunderbird, you walk in and you see Darkling. And I was like, oh, like wait a second, we can do this. So
even Barba, I think you saw the pace you were on, and you're like swinging that D-pad so rapidly. But like, I would everyone just take a moment to look at the stats that you see on each of these runners' screens. When you can see Fairy and Thunder and Reflect within 6 minutes, you know you got an easy seed. Insane. Absolutely nuts. We'll get Sigil here in just a second. He just finished. Get your GGs out for Sigil. Finishing an official second place time of 1:07.29. So yep, that 5-minute differential kinda held true through most of the seed. And I honestly think it was just number of times to retraverse the western continent. Because that's what took up the most time. It was a linear mountainous western that you had to walk all the way to Saria, ferry across to get to the north side, walk back around to get to the northwest side, to then either do stuff that you want to do on that side or cross over into Maze Island or DM. Or not, yeah, DM to east.
yeah, I was kind of annoyed that I missed what is it, Mito with downstab. It was like right there by Saria, but it kind of worked out because then I was able to come back with the medicine.
Yeah.
And because I'm not good at Rebanak without downstab at low level. Like I can do it without downstab if I have like the attack level and the life level and everything, but it's one of those things where like it felt bad in the moment where like, oh, I have to go back and but everything just felt like it worked out. Like I knew that the key was in there, so I didn't feel like I needed to stay around for that. Otherwise, like I probably would have, because I think the hint for the key was in Mito, and otherwise I probably would have stuck around for the second item. So I felt like all of that stuff worked out, and yeah, I didn't have to end up traveling the west as much as I thought I was gonna have to.
Yeah, the hint for the key was in Mito, saying Rebo has the key. Sigil did stick around in that 3 after killing Rebo to go find said key. So that was one thing that was your advantage. Both of y'all have Fairy. But Sigil's like, just in case now I don't have to worry about maintaining magic totals. But with the great XP management, magic wasn't a problem for you. Even that one time when you got in that fairy room of, it was P5 or P6, with the pharaoh heads, I forget what they're called, flying at you. I'm like, don't you do it. Don't you try that jump down stab thing. You ferry across like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sigil will not be joining us for interview. He's got an early work day tomorrow. But, yeah. Easiest seed of the tournament. By far. They will not all be like that, so be prepared. Any other thoughts you want to offer? There's not much to say. It speaks for itself how fast it went.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to win because so this is the 2-2 match, but my 2 wins have come off forfeits. I'm glad. Yeah, I felt like I've been playing against people that like are out of my skill bracket, which I definitely felt like was the case playing against Sigil tonight. So I'm glad that things were able to work out in my favor by a few minutes, and I was able to get a legit win during the Swiss bracket. So.
Oh, that's a question I wanted to ask you. Did you play in the upstarts of 2025?
I did, yeah. I was top 4 in that.
Sick. All right. Cool. Yeah. I knew Sigil was the champion of it because he gets the fancy title and all that, but top 4. Yep. Good stuff. I didn't make it past my first bracket round in my upstarts year.
Yeah, it was me and Ninitsu in round 1, and then I had Angel in round 2. I felt like that was a foregone conclusion before it started.
Angel and upstarts? What the?
I know, it didn't feel fair. It didn't feel fair, man.
That ain't. No. I mean, I would play against TA in my upstarts class, so maybe I'm with you there.
Yeah, that's a rough group.
But yeah, GG's. You advanced to 3 and 2. Congratulations. Let's see. So let's go look at the 3-2 people thus far. And I'm going to go find the pairings real quick. Not counting current, I don't know who's won where, blah, 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 blah. 3-2, you have a chance of facing, like, Shaddy, or Goblin, or Angel, or Tabby, or Coper, Tiberius. I don't know. Who do you want to play versus who do you want to just, like, say, Swiss is almost done. I'll see you in bracket. Just not right now.
Yeah. In Z2, those all feel terrible. Terrible matchups for me.
Right?
I feel like I could hold my own against those guys in Z1, but Z2, I don't want any of them. I'd take another forfeit win.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sigil now 2-3. I have a chance to face him. I'm in the 2-3 bracket right now. And yeah, this was a great matchup. Y'all were very evenly skilled, but it was the difference, Sigil digging that key out of 3, as well as him spending more time on the Maze Island, and he might have traversed the Western Continent one more time to you with an additional up A. Where you had found the Hammer Cave and dug out the Hammer Cave to find, oh, well, this is nothing. Sigil, he found the bridge to go over to Maze Island. Yeah. And right next to that bridge, he's like, oh, this cave connects over to the rock. And so he dug out the rock for the trophy where you were in Hammer Cave. So y'all traded that time off a bit.
Okay,
But you saved time using the raft to get back to Maze Island and not having to go back to DM again.
Yeah, I was, and I kind of, like, before I went into the volcano in the east, I was kind of poking around to see if I can find the bridge, because I had the raft, and I knew where the raft tile was, and I was like, I really hope this raft tile takes me to the maze, because if there's a bridge I have to find, I don't even know where I would start looking. Probably DM, but yeah, I was really relieved.
It is actually just barely visible from the cave that y'all use to get into DM from the west.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's barely visible in, like, the northeast corner. You gotta go all the way around because there's no connector cave that connects from there to go up. Sigil found it one time and is like, oh, that's gonna be annoying later. Because it's like, that's Palace 6 over on Maze Island. We're gonna be back here.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I, like, stumbled into the east from DM. I was like, I don't know if I'd be able to find this cave again, so we have to take care of business in one go right here.
Yep. And we had all the resources to do so. We were looking to see if Spell Tower would be required. You having not gotten the trophy out of DM. And
yeah.
I wouldn't want to go back to Rudo either. No, because I knew that would mean rewalking that entire mountainous west. So it's like, alright, here we go, Sigils. Because he had gotten the trophy, so he went back. That was his additional up A. Up A out of trophy to go turn it in to get spells. Like, alright, here's Spell Tower. What we gonna get? It's just the boots. Well, hang on a second. What's at the water? It's just a pea bag. And that was about that time that we saw, oh my gosh, did we rose the glove? So yeah, the game gave you everything you wanted, and you capitalized on it And that's why you go 3-2 into next week. So, congrats to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's going to do it here for us here at Zelda Speedruns. I have no idea what is next. Maybe they will tell me, maybe they won't. I'll toss it over to Bacon in just a second. I know. I got to remember how y'all do things. I'll go ahead and thank our tracker Ganondorf. Been on top of it tonight. Thanks, GD Dub, for covering for us. And now we'll toss it over to Bacon.
Alright, thank you so much, Melchior, for commentating. I could not imagine commentating a two-person race. That's a lot for me, so I'm very, very thankful for you doing that. Coming up next we have, let me pull this up real quick. Nothing too soon. We do have an SSR Season 4 tournament race. Their tournament's starting now, or pretty soon, so that'll be in maybe a couple days on ZSR main, I believe. And we have some 1 week of Randomizer multi-world, that'll be up sooner or later, so just look around, we'll always be here. With that, thank you guys so much again. Of course, like Melchior said, thank you to our tracker, GDW, for popping in tracking for us. And do follow our two runners, Sigil and cUstOm, two amazing runners of this game. And with that, we will be raiding off to ZeldaSpeedRuns main, because they are doing a thing. Let me figure out how to... There's a raid command, right?
Yeah, /raid.
Okay, because... Oh wow, it doesn't work on this. What? Oh, it's an exclamation mark. Okay, interesting. Alright, well, we'll go right over to ZeldaSpeedRuns main. They're doing the OTR Randomizers Season 9 qualifier. So yeah, they're in 9 seasons already, crazy. But we'll go head out to them, and with that, I'll say thank you guys so much for joining, and once that raid goes off, we will be off. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. See you later.
Have a good night.